Hey everyone, this is thetonimarie Preston and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about Black Trans Lives Matter. Okay, it's a very serious topic. But before I get into today's topic, I want to tell you all a little bit about myself. As I said before, my name is thetonimarie Preston. I have a bachelor's of science in interdisciplinary studies with a concentration in sociology and a minor in women's and gender studies from Illinois State University. And I also have a master's of social work from the Jane Addams College of Social Work at UIC. I'm the first Black trans woman to graduate from the Jane Addams College of Social Work, and I've been doing activism work for 5+ years, doing education workshops and trainings and public speaking engagements and things of that nature for 5+ years now, and it's my passion and what I love to do. So without further ado, let's get into today's topic. Black trans lives matter. Okay, we matter. So with the age of the Black Lives Matter movement, everything that happened with the murder of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and lots of other Black folks, right? The Black Lives Matter movement is national and international. There have been protests all around the world declaring that Black Lives Matter, and we have been discussing police brutality and just all types of inequities within society, in particular towards the Black lives in America, right? We know that because of slavery, we are behind in a lot of different ways, whether we talk about the wealth gap or we're talking about various other things, our rights, correct? And so with those conversations, Black trans women have been left out. We have been, though we have been at the forefront of movement work for decades, right? Our history tells us this. We continue to be left out of conversations when it comes to the Black community at large, right? When we say Black Lives Matter, we don't say that Black trans lives matter, right? We don't say that Black disabled lives matter, right? We don't say, all of these other intersections, all of these intersecting identities that intersect with Blackness, right? Because we know that our community is not monolithic. We need to talk about the disparities and the violence that's occurring within our communities, okay? And as a Black trans woman who's been doing this work for years now, I wanted to expand my reach, and so that's why I'm relaunching this YouTube channel to just talk about a whole lot of different social justice topics. So if you have any suggestions, definitely leave them in the comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. But getting back to today's video, I want to talk about the recent murders of Shaky Peters and also Bree. I don't want to get her name wrong, so let me get this information on my phone really quickly. Drea McCarty of Hammond, Louisiana, was found dead in Baton Rouge. It says her death has not been ruled a suicide. An investigation is ongoing. And also, we are also mourning the death of Shaky Peters, who was also from Louisiana as well. So there were 2 murders of Black trans women in the South, and we know that, there have been a few murders of Black trans women in the South, such as Houston and areas such as that. Also, a Black trans woman was murdered in Florida, in Pompano Beach, Florida. Her name was Bree Brennan, or Breon. Yes, Breon, 27 years old, right? And when we talk about the fact that the life expectancy of Black trans women is 35 years old, this is what we mean by that. We experience violence disproportionately compared to the rest of society. We experience discrimination and trauma, and all of these things that ultimately lead these factors, these social political factors and these environmental factors, right, lead to the early death of Black trans women. And so with the Black Trans Lives Matter movement, what we are trying to do is to declare that our lives matter. Like, when you say Black Lives Matter, you need to also say that Black trans lives matter. If you want to declare that you are pro-Black, you need to be for all Black lives. You need to be for Black trans lives, Black queer lives, Black disabled disabled lives, poor Black lives, uneducated Black lives, all Black lives, right? If you want to declare that Black Lives Matter, you need to include all Black people. And right now, our community is hurting. Right now, my sisters are dying. And this has been an epidemic for decades. Since the 70s, 60s, and 70s, we've been fighting for our rights to be seen as human beings, to be seen as worthy of existing. And we continue to be shown that we are not worthy of just simply living in our truth and being authentic to ourselves. We've continued to be seen as less than human being, to be treated as less, to not be given our healthcare rights, to not be given the rights that everyone else has here in America, right? And as I said before, my sisters continue to experience violence and no one is doing anything but my sisters. We are the only ones screaming Black trans lives matter. We are the only ones who have this outcry when it comes to the violence that our community experiences, when it comes to the disparities and the discrimination and the trauma that my community experiences. And I'm here to really just say enough is enough. It is time for all of the cisgender allies to do the work. Stop talking about it. Stop with the performative allyship. We don't need it. It's not saving us. We're dying. This is a state of emergency. We need you to leverage that privilege. We need you to speak up when someone says something transphobic. We need you to use that privilege, that job that you have, because you're an educated Black person, because you have a salary position. You could be bringing Black trans women to the table to do diversity, equity, and inclusion trainings. You could be opening doors for Black trans women to get jobs so we can live our lives just like you're living your life. You can be redistributing the finances that you have been blessed with, because right, the average income of a Black trans woman is $10,000 or less. This is what we need to be talking about. We need to be talking about the most marginalized in society. We need to be uplifting the voices and the narratives of us. Stop taking up space. Like, cisgender people, please. Like, please. Yes, Black lives matter, but Black trans lives matter. Black disabled lives matter. Black queer lives matter. And these are the conversations that we need to begin to have. These are the conversations that the organizations and nonprofits need to have, right? Because we know that all of these organizations and nonprofits, they want to use our likeness and our image to show that they're all about diversity, equity, and inclusion. But yet we aren't at the table. But yet they're not doing the work to protect and save us. Because my sisters are still being murdered. My sisters are still dying. My sisters are still living in poverty. My sisters are still experiencing trauma. So with that being said, I can definitely make a video about how you can leverage your privilege as a cisgender person, how you can leverage the access and privilege that you have in order to protect Black trans women, in order to create equity for our community. I can definitely do a video about that. Definitely leave that in the comments down below if that's something you're interested in. Also, if there are any other topics that you'd like me to talk about, discuss, I'll be talking about various different current topics that's happening right now in popular culture, and using my own educational background, right, as a social worker, and also my own lived experience as a Black trans woman with sickle cell disease, right? Because that story isn't told, right? We don't hear from Black trans folks who have a disability and what life is like for them, right? So those are the kind of videos that you will be tuning into on my channel. Thank you all so much for watching Black Trans Lives Matter. We need the outcry, we need the resources, we need the protection to protect Black trans women, period. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And to all my sisters, I love you. I see you, I support you, and I'm here for you. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out to me, because I'm all about protecting Black trans women. I'm all about creating opportunities for Black trans women, because I have my own privileges, right? And I want every Black trans woman to win, period. I want all of us to live our dreams, and we deserve to just live our dreams just like everyone else. And with that said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Mwah! Bye.